So next week, WWE 2K20 will finally be released to the public for everyone to play, resell, give back, whatever the case may be. You do what you gotta do with your money, fam. I'm not judging y'all. And this past Monday, we had a whole bunch of creators that went to Vegas, uploading all of the content that will be provided for WWE 2K20 on release day. And after consuming a whole bunch of those videos and footages and my career in universe mode and all this and that, I think it's time for me to sit down and give my final thoughts before the release of the game, which is next week. And before I do so, I want to make this very clear. I am only basing my opinion off of what I've seen from the content that they released, because there is a lot to talk about in WWE 2K20. Now, ever since 2K acquired the WWE games franchise, it's very difficult for me to say that the games they've released thus far have been enjoyable or have been given this luxury of replayability. I don't think a single game thus far from the 2K side have been claimed to be an enjoyable experience that I could play over and over and over again after the month of its release. It's very well known that when it comes to these releases of these WWE 2K games, that the longevity will be from the release day all the way up until November or December. Some people don't even bother to wait for the entirety of the DLC to drop because they just don't bother with it anymore. 2K19, however, seemed to be heading down a different route, a brand new route with the light at the end of the tunnel. It was almost like they were deciding to drift away from the more serious side of wrestling with collar and elbow tie-ups and rest holds and submission moves and all this and that, suplexes on suplexes. They added in features like big head mode and 8-bit so that you guys could feel at least that they're trying to be more arcadey again. And I welcome that. I welcome the fact that there's more ridiculous stuff and more fun to the game, even if it's just a filter. At least they're saying that, hey, we're trying our best now to give you guys a game that you guys want. Even though I like simulation-based games, there are times where I'm like, come on, I'm not going to do no collar and elbow tie-ups all the time, you know what I'm saying? That wrestling's not all about collar and elbow tie-ups, brother. We're not doing no Ric Flair stuff over here. And with the release of 2K19, and I would say the somewhat success of the game, because people were expecting 2K20 to be even better, then we were hit with Yuke's leaving the franchise. 2K had their own vision of what wrestling games should be. Yuke's have their own version of what wrestling games should be, so they decided to split. Now it's all up on Yuke's to make their own game, and 2K to make up their own game. The only difference is that Yuke's was the source. They had the coding and everything. Meaning that this year, 2K had to do it themselves, or Visual Concepts, or whoever is the one to make up all this coding for the game. Time crunch is deadly when it comes to stuff like this, which is why certain people in the game like Macho Man or Hulk Hogan or Selena Vega, they don't look good because they don't got time to make them look good. But especially with the Yuke's leaving, they're like, okay, we got to get this model and we got to go on to the next one. If we have time, which I doubt we do, but if we do have time, we could go back and try to fix it. Like, cause Selena Vega looks like she's cross-eyed. Okay, I'm just saying. I don't know what y'all think about Selena Vega this year, but she, oh my lord, it's just her eyes. They were like, okay, we need to go to point A. All right, point A is done. Point B. Point B is done. Point C, D, E, F, G. They just kept going. And I don't expect them to say this is a really good game, because they probably think this is shit, but at least it's out there. Which makes me concerned about yearly games now, because nowadays, especially with Black Ops 4, I consider WWE 2K20 to be the Black Ops 4 of the wrestling era for video games, for 2K, or for the WWE franchise as a whole, because it's a game that is being released without being completed. And it's also in the same realm of, oh, Treyarch would never let us down, because every single Black Ops game, the World at War game that they released, it was banner after banner after banner. Black Ops 3 left us with some more in Black Ops 4, and Black Ops 4 fell fucking short. It's arguably one of the worst Treyarch games that they've ever created, and that's a shame to even say, because Treyarch, like I said, never let us down. And 2K19, I'm not saying that it was a big hope that 2K20 would be even better than 2K19, but like I said, it was the light at the end of the tunnel for us to assume that there was going to be hope for a better tomorrow. And that better tomorrow was stabbed to death by Yuke's. It's very hard for me to say that, oh, Yuke's is the reason for this, or that Visual Concepts is the reason for this. It's very hard for me to say those things because I don't know what exactly happened. They said that they wanted their own direction of wrestling games, so they decided to say, deuces, I'm out here. I can't really blame them too, because if you can't come to terms with what you want and what they want, and we can't agree on one thing, then what's the point of even continuing with this sort of partnership? But with this departure of Yuke's, this left them pretty much scrambling around trying to shit out a game that they're like, okay, it's not the best, but it's something that it's yearly, so we have to do it no matter what. Then it leaves me to think, what is the point of yearly games if the whole goal is to shit out a game that is not even finished yet? The hair physics for this game look really, really bad. If you've seen the Bianca Belair clip of her entrance, compare it to 2K19, Christ. I don't know how, but God. The roster is what it is, you know what I mean? They said that it's a mega roster, but you compare it to last year's game, it's not that huge. It's not that huge. There are some disappointments, there are some concerns, there are some surprises. I'm very surprised to see that Leo Rush is officially not in the game, even though they had a render ready for him. 2K Towers mode is 2K Towers mode with the addition of tag teams now. The only purpose of 2K Towers mode, for me at least, is to use it for VC farming. Universe mode is Universe mode with 2K19 patch notes. During the new Legacy stream with the majority of the people that went to the event at Las Vegas, I am 60% sure I heard this. I could have been completely wrong. If you want to make the judgment for yourself, you could watch the video. Hell, I've been wrong before in the past, so I could have heard this in my dreams. But apparently, Universe mode did not get a lot of love or doesn't get a lot of attention because no one talks about it, which is, that is a statement, if true, that I cannot fathom. You cannot fucking say that no one talks about Universe mode, especially when Universe mode is probably the only replayable mode in your franchise. 2K19 was the first time in a very long time where Universe mode actually got some changes. Nothing too impactful, but minority things. Still, a change that I haven't seen in a very long time. And again, with 2K19 being the hope for the end of the tunnel for 2K20, people were expecting more from 2K20's Universe mode. Nah fam, we're getting patch notes. Every year, every single year, people on YouTube, whether of my capacity, whether it be of a higher capacity, or someone that just started their account on YouTube, people have been requesting a change, an overhaul to Universe mode. Hell, even during their discussion forum earlier on this year where they asked, what do you want to see in the future games? I guarantee you people have been requesting for features from General Manager mode into Universe mode. Hell, if you can't do GM mode in your franchise, at least take some features. I'm pretty sure you could do that. Add in general managers, have a little bit of a war going on, ratings war, have pay-per-view exclusive to each brand, stuff like that, trades, drafts. I swear to you, this Universe mode thing would have been 10 times better if they just do that. But apparently, no one talks about this. Showcase mode is Showcase mode, in which it has a very repetitive style to their task, which I don't like. I don't like the fact where I have to repeatedly attack a limb, go for yellow damage, red damage, whatever the case may be. That is something that I don't enjoy when it comes to Showcase mode. And I'm in the minority when I say this. I like Showcase mode, even though I've seen the events, and yes, I know this is more for casuals. I like reliving moments in video games for wrestling, okay? Sue me. And apparently the only reason why we get Showcase mode in these games still is because of the fact that someone there at the dev team likes Showcase mode and they continue to do this. Boy, has he been on Twitter, I could tell you that. The majority of the people that play this game do not like Showcase mode because it takes away a lot from other features like My Career or Universe mode. And also a big factor is the fact that you could just rewatch these moments on the network or on YouTube or on Dailymotion like I used to do back in the day. I'm fucking old. My Career is something. It's something that will be taking place that has a 20-hour experience. You are following the characters of Red and Trey from high school when they make their list of what they want to do for their wrestling careers because they love it so much, to the Hall of Fame in WWE as they're being inducted. With the 1 hour that we were given, I can wholeheartedly say that I am getting vibes of NBA 2K18's My Career mode with Be Fresh, and I don't want to think that. I really don't. I do believe that this story is going to be wholesome. I really do. Graphics aside, because I really don't care about the graphics. Yes, it looks like PS2 graphics. I don't really care about that. I do care about the dialogue. The dialogue makes me hate the character Red even more. I don't like the character Red that much, but that, oh my god.
Get my own action figure, become WWE Divas Champion. Is this some kind of WWE nerd vision board?
Hey, being immortalized in semi-posable plastic is the greatest thing a human being can achieve.
Don't ever touch our stuff again.
What, like this?
That was a huge mistake.
Oh no, I've unleashed Hothead Red!
I'm gonna take that marker, bring it to your grandmother's nursing home, and cross out parts of her chart so when the nurse goes to give her turn-down service, she won't know to flip her over. That's right, I'm gonna give your grandmother bed sores.
What is wrong with you?
From that cutscene alone, I'd rather play the bully than Red. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least she has more pizzazz than Red. You know, I can't comprehend why they said, yes, this is it. I understand that it's 2K and 2K love to do these things where the commentary or the dialogue is fucking cheesy and corny and just not great at all. But god damn. But I do think this is going to be a very wholesome story between Red and Trey. From what I understand, Trey is supposed to go to college, but decided to go following his passion of professional wrestling, even though his adopted family refuses to let him do that. And then you got Red. I don't know much about Red. She just wants to go do her thing in wrestling, and Trey is going to follow in his footsteps as well with her for professional wrestling. I don't like the fact that our characters are very nerdy. Like, I understand that us wrestling fans, we're weird. Like, no matter how you try to defend it, we're weird, no matter what, all right? But we're not this geeky, this idiotic, all right? Some people are, but not everybody. I will admit that the side missions or the memories that Red and Trey have are pretty cool because of the fact that the commentary acknowledges it and they're like, okay, this is what this person remembers and we're going to cheer for this person instead of this person. I kind of like that. They acknowledge the fact that they're in a memory, and that is something that I appreciate. With the addition of 2K Originals making its debut in the series, I think it's pretty cool, in all honesty. And through 2K Originals, I think it's either 2K Originals or 2K Towers, you have to unlock the Fiend, which I'm very happy they decided to do. I'd rather have that than just, hey, you need VC? Let me just get this VC real quick and just unlock the Fiend through the unlockables. I'd rather just earn my way to it, which is like 15 minutes most likely, than just spending 20 hours in a match or in 2K Towers just to get the Fiend through the unlockable system. They also included the weapon wheel for WWE 2K20, which I believe was in the game previously, and then they put it on hiatus, or they decided to not bring it back, and then they brought it back with the addition of reskins like a lollipop, which is fucking ridiculous. There are also systems in the payback where you could grab someone's leg. You could also turn into titanium, like from the Fantastic Four movie, the good one, not the best one, but the better one out of the remake. The control system, I completely forgot about this. The control system. I feel like they did this just to say, look, we did something new. You guys will like this. I swear to God you will. The control system this year, from what they said, is to help out new players. It could be my ignorance when it comes to the control system for these games because I've been playing it for quite some time, but I don't understand how pressing Y for a finisher and then holding down Y as you move the analog stick for an alternative finisher is harder compared to X and A for a finisher and then holding down the RT button, or the trigger rather, and then pressing X and A at the same time for a different finisher. I don't, why is that difficult? I don't know why that's so difficult. When it comes to the creation suite, when it comes to creating superstars specifically, we get 2 new hairstyles. I'm not kidding. But we also get unlockables through my career, so that's a bonus, I guess. But when it comes to create a championship, that is gone. They did, however, tweet out the same day that 2K will have the Create a Championship, or hope to have Create a Championship, before the end of 2020. Overall, for this game, I can't really say that you should buy it or you shouldn't buy it. It's up to you, in all honesty. At the end of the day, it's up to you and to you alone. If you truly think that you're going to be playing this and you see yourself playing this after November or December, then fine, go ahead. If you want to resell it, fine. Go ahead. There are some cool features, I will admit. There are some cool features. There are bad features. There are features that make you question why they removed it in the first place. Same thing with the roster reveal. Why did they remove some wrestlers? I don't know. I can say this. This is going to be a great year for creators on community creations because there are a lot of wrestlers that are missing, that are very questionable when it comes to, for example, the Forgotten Sons. Why is Jackson Riker in it, but not the rest of the Goon Squad? You know what I'm saying? So there are great people on Xbox and PS4 that could create it if they want to. Truth be told, if it wasn't for these creators on these platforms, I wouldn't have played WWE 2K19 from the time I bought it all the way up until August. But for right now, as it stands, with the pre-release of WWE 2K20, with the content that we've seen, with the audio that we've heard with our own 2 ears, I am giving it a light to decent 3 on this one. transition, what you guys think about the game thus far. Are you going to cancel your pre-order? Or are you going to pre-order the game now? Or are you going to wait until it's released? Or are you going to wait until Black Friday to buy the game? I'm hoping this year I can do something with this game creatively with my career and universe mode and my career universe mode. WWE 2K20, October 22nd, forever.